Okay, let's try this again. Hello everyone, my name's Nathan. I'm doing the AEW Fyter review for July 1st, 2020. Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian friends. And if you're not Canadian, well, have a happy 1st of July. It's 6 months away from the new year, which, hey, with the way this year's going, we can all celebrate. AEW starts the night off with Jericho coming out. That's Chris Jericho, the first ever undisputed champion, and the first champion of AEW, coming out to do commentary in a great, let me send this a little better, with a great sports jacket. It's red and white. It's Canadian. I loved it. It's great. I don't know what else you want me to say about it, but hey, if anything else that needs to be said, you can check Twitter. It's blew up probably. The very first match of the night is MJF and Wardlow versus the Jurassic Express. This match was a great opening match. You should go out to see it. I'm not going to be able to do it justice with the first 5 minutes. This is actually a great show. I don't know what NXT did. I don't know what else you watch, but try your best to get this on demand. Get this after. It was a great show. The opening match was amazing. MJF comes out in a, I don't want to say blistering pink, but you ever see like Pepto-Bismol, that color pink? He has a really nice pink jacket on with his like, what's the pattern that he wears? You know the pattern I'm talking about. The name escapes me right now. I think it's Burberry. This Burberry pattern on the inside here, it's nice and white pink, like something like your grandmother would wear, with this punchable face. I mean, I can't say anything for male attractiveness. Like big bushy beard, hair messy. Had a haircut since December. Getting it done probably tomorrow or when I'm off my security gig. As well, this is what you come for my channel for: self-deprecation and wrestling apparently. And yeah, just blistering promo. I don't know why Jungle Boy's even here. He can probably get back in California and make his money off his dad. I mean, his dad's Luke Perry. Probably has, actors, you can make money here, you can invest, what have you. Great. Runs down the crowd, the audience, MJF being MJF. If you've seen an MJF promo, you know that he's punchable. I think the money with him is you want to see him get beat up. I'm not even justifying that. You want to see him get beat up. I don't think it's a gimmick with him. People have said it's not a gimmick, and that's how he really is. But if it is, hey, best guy. I think the guy's hateable. This match is a really great match. MJF being the clear-cut heel, Jurassic Express, and Jungle Boy being, or Luchasaurus, let me rephrase that, and Jungle Boy being the clear baby faces. It's great. The story of the match, for the most part, is just MJF and Wardlow beating up Jungle Boy. That was essentially it. Beat him up. Get sympathy. Very clear cut. Jungle Boy's a little bit smaller. Nice, young, attractive, athletic guy. Wardlow being big, heavy. Yeah. There's spots in this match where you get a hot tag. They do the runs and the dives that our babyface do. The tope suicidas or suicide dives to the outside. Great, around, fast pace, back and forth. The finish of the match comes essentially when MJF is trying everything to beat Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Eventually goes for the diamond ring that he's won at the Dynamite Battle Royale and is going to hit I believe it's Luchasaurus with it and knock him out, but Luchasaurus ducks and he almost hits Wardlow, and then he gets pushed in. Luchasaurus comes back and grabs him for the chokeslam, hits a shooting star press on Wardlow. Right? They throw him out, they beat up Wardlow, and Wardlow takes the pin. This does what it needs to be. MJF gets upset with Wardlow saying, "Can you do anything right? This is what we want to do, yada, yada, yada." MJF doesn't take the pin, which is great, because I think he's only lost once. This would be his second loss. Neither of them is taking the pin. One was a Fatal 4-Way, and the other is a tag match. Wardlow takes the pin, so there's some saying that, hey, Wardlow and MJF will eventually feud, because eventually Wardlow's going to get sick of taking MJF's shit, essentially. You could pay him really well, but eventually how much money do you need to be treated like crap? We've all been there at jobs. Some of us still are. And yeah, that was essentially it. Jurassic Express need the win more than MJF and Wardlow. Like I said, great match. Really Southern wrestling tag match. I can see if you like Southern wrestling, this would be great. I had a Midnight Express vibe to it, or the Rock and Roll Express, when I was getting beat up and beat up and beat up and beat up. Jericho was great in commentary, as he always is. One really great zinger was when Wardlow and Luchasaurus were squaring off. Well, this is King Kong versus Godzilla. The movie coming out, I think, this summer or next summer. But yeah, essentially that. Jim Ross was comparing Chris Jericho's really great Ken in the Day Jacket, something Dan Cherry would wear. Dan Cherry being a host of Hockey Night in Canada for a long time. He lost his job this year. We're not going to go into that. It's a wrestling podcast. But yeah, it was great. Great match. Go everybody to see it. Just amazing. A lot of the show was actually worth seeing a second time. If you heard that, unfortunately, it's Canada Day and fireworks. So yeah, if you heard fireworks, I apologize. Right after the match, we see Lance Archer and Joey Janela fighting. This is setting up their match next week. Essentially, they're fighting in the crowd. You know, they fight. Jake Roberts try to put them off, and that happens. The next match is for the AEW Women's Championship. By the way, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about Kairi Shida defending against Penelope Ford. Luchasaurus. But Lance Archer, sorry, it's been a long day. Lance Archer and Joey Janela having a match. I think Lance Archer has that hands down, unless they're trying to build Joey Janela as a nut job. But, they might be. The next matchup is Kairi Shida versus Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford, of course, comes out with her fiance, I believe, Kip Sabian. As Kairi Shida's coming out, it shows that she's been champion for 36 days. Really great little touch for AEW. If I'm watching a basketball game, I want to know, hey, if the Raptors are playing Detroit, I want to know if Detroit's on a 3-game winning streak, or I want to know if the Raptors have lost 3 of their last 4 against Detroit, or something. Give me something that I can at least look at, okay, this is what's going on, or so-and-so is hot against certain teams. Give me something. Add something for the commentators to talk about. Right? Before the match, Aubrey Edwards goes to Kip Sabian. No, you're not being in here. No, you got to go to the back. And he goes to the back. Before he goes, Kairi Shida always comes out with the Ken Like he took that. That will play into the match later to finish a little. So basically, as soon as the match starts, Kairi Shida runs at Penelope Ford, hits her with a knee, goes for the Falcon Arrow, so gets out. I don't know if this was to say, hey, Kairi Shida really doesn't like Penelope Ford. Maybe she feels more of a threat than I thought she would be. Or maybe it's like, hey, Kairi Shida just wants to get back to the back. She doesn't like competing without people. Or maybe it's like she's not paid by the hour, so they'll squash someone like Goldberg. But this match is actually really good. It's a really good back and forth match. Kairi Shida ends up winning the match, but it actually puts over Penelope Ford. It makes Penelope Ford look like tough. Really tough. And before this match, I was thinking there's no chance Penelope Ford has. Not one. She's going to lose in a few minutes. She's Penelope Ford. She's essentially Kip Sabian's girlfriend. And a lot of people, including myself, think that she was brought into the company to appease Joey Janela, who's her ex. Yeah, I think she traded up, in all honesty. Nothing against Joey Janela. He does game changer wrestling. The guy's an entrepreneur. The guy's a nut job as well. But Kip Sabian's a nicer looking guy than Joey Janela. I'm going to come out and say that. Basically, the match breaks down as they try everything. It breaks down. There's a part where the referee is distracted. Kip Sabian comes out and tries to hit Kairi Shida with her own kendo stick. He hits Kip Sabian. He goes to the outside. Back and forth. Kairi Shida hits a knee. A running knee to the face. That doesn't do it. Hits another one. That doesn't do it. Finally gets one at 3. So it took 3 running knees for her to win this match. This match was great. One of the better women's matches I've seen in a long time. There's a cool spot midway through the match where Kairi Shida goes for a Mrs. Replica off the top rope, and instead of moving on the way, she does a matrix move. It really shows off her flexibility. This whole match was designed to put over Penelope Ford as tough. thus he lost. I'm going to use the Sting Ric Flair analogy. Sting's first match with Ric Flair, he lost, or it was a draw. But like you can make people by losing it. It really helped put over Penaya for it's tough to stay in there for as long as she did with the cover she didn't take what she took. Really made her look good. Great little match. Yeah, just looked amazing. Like I was saying, the whole match, Fortra, everything's good. Just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it in the end. Came close. Maybe in 6 months to a year, he's the AEW Women's Champion. Yeah, I think this match was that good. The next match is actually Jake Hager versus Cody for the TNT title. This was actually the first match on the card where no one was wearing anything in pink. I'm actually really surprised that Cody would have done some pink just to draw everyone. But this match was great. Cody comes out wearing a Great American Bash shirt. Essentially, it was the same kind of style as the old Great American Bash logo, except he had the American Nightmare Cody in that kind of font, which with NXT the same night putting off a Great American Bash show, I think it was kind of a jab. Came out with Arn Anderson. Didn't really have the big entrance that I expected, but Jake Hager comes out with his smoking hot wife. The commentators actually said that she was modeling for, I believe, Miss America. There's a part earlier or before, a couple pay-per-views ago, where she was in the crowd with his match against Dustin. Great. Give me some backstory. Tell me why I should take Jake Hager serious. And it even commentated that he's undefeated in Bellator. He has legit skills. He fights for a living. He gets paid to beat people up, essentially. They put him over from being from Oklahoma. Really, really great. The whole story of the match is actually Jake Hager is having control of it and is beating him up and beating him up and beating him up. Cody will get a few hope spots in. There was a hope spot where he went and did a top rope cutter that was a 2 count, put him in the figure 4. But the match was just Jake Hager. It was all Jake Hager. Cody would get a few hope spots in, but Hager would come out and dominate. And yeah, the finish of the match came down to Jake Hager doing a Sayoto suplex, trying to put him in a head and arm triangle choke. If you don't know what that is, he's how he won all his Bellator fights. You wrap your arm around here and you pick up this arm here. Yeah, I'm not wearing pants. I apologize. And you choke him out. You cut off this, and his weight chokes him out. That's essentially what happened. Of course, when you do that, you're on your back, and you're doing it from above. So he was essentially, his shoulders were flat, and Cody was on top of him. He was laid out. He was unconscious. He was already, he was out, essentially. And he pinned him. Got 3 off of it. And Jake Hager got up, said, heard the bell ring. Oh, I must have run. He passed out. The ref called it. I won. I'm the champion. And no, it was announced that Cody won. And Jake Hager was upset, for a lack of a better word. I think this was the best finish you could have. It puts Cody over someone who didn't win the match. Survived. Couldn't put Jake Hager away. Survived. Does he get it the next time? Probably not. Does Jake Hager be the man who defeats him for this title? Then probably not. I really think it should be Darby Allin or MJF. Should beat him for this title. But it put Jake Hager over his killer. It made one mistake. He made one mistake and it cost him the match. And after the match, he attacks the referee. I mean, yeah. He goes back to ringside. People break him up. And after the match, he attacks the referee. That was the story of the match. Jake Hager has every right to go to whoever the matchmaker is in AEW. I believe it's Tony Khan. But they haven't actually made that official yet. And so, like, I beat him. Let's tape. I beat him. He passed out. I won. I should be the champion. Why am I not champion? And really build towards that. Now, I don't think Hager wins the belt. I don't know why you put it on Hager. But that would be the angle I would take. It's, well, I should be the champion. I deserve a rematch. Why don't I have a rematch? And am I not championship material? I beat him. And that's how you go. That's it. I mean, there was a spot in the match where Cody gets German suplex on the floor. Look vicious, but the whole match was Hager. He should have won that match. And he didn't. He made one mistake. And Cody pinned him when he was unconscious. And I don't think even Cody knew that he won the match. I think the match was all Hager. After the match, we get a great video package of Darby Allin. It starts with him being in a payphone, which I know there are still payphones. We have them here in Halifax. When I was in Newfoundland, we had them there. We had them at the mall. No one used them. Or, sorry, they took them out of the mall because no one was using them. And it's, what do you mean I'm not cleared? What do you mean I'm not cleared to wrestle? I want to wrestle. What are you doing? And it puts over Darby Allin's a nut job. Well, not a nut job, but someone who doesn't have any fear. And so I'm skating around. I'm sure Darby Allin's done a ton of these. He's a professional skateboarder, or he was before he started wrestling. And yeah, it's doing stuff. It was done in black and white, very artsy. If you've seen a Darby Allin promo, you know what it is. I think Darby Allin's his company's version of Sting. In all honesty, I don't. He's a babyface. He's babyface. I don't think he can turn heel. I think Tony Hawk was on it. I'm not 100% sure, but it was just Darby Allin doing stupid stuff on a skateboard. If I was a 15-year-old kid, I'd love this. 33, but yeah, I can see it. When I was 12, I was big into Jeff Hardy because he was just different. Great little package, video package. Up next is actually a match that is more important for next week. We don't know why yet, but it's actually a number one contenders match, as we find out later in the night. It's Private Party and LAX. I really like Private Party. I like the new music. I like how Matt Hardy is kind of their manager-esque, you could say. Matt Hardy pulling in the Michael Hayes role that he had when him and Jeff were starting out, or that Michael Hayes had for them when he and Jeff were starting out. Really good match. Jericho was really, really good on commentary. There's no denying it. He's just amazing on commentary. And yeah, it's a really, really great match. LAX has the control early on. And this actually match, I was actually thinking that AEW should get a secondary tag team title just because this match was so good. Yeah, part of it was all LAX early on. All LAX early on. LAX, Proud and Powerful. Yeah, I don't know why. Impact let Proud and Powerful go. They did. Probably making more money. But less than a year ago, they were the longest reigning tag team champions in TNA, or Impact, or whatever you call it this week. It could be Impact, it could be TNA, it could be Global Force. Yeah, they're North of champions now. But for the longest time, Proud and Powerful were the longest reigning tag team champions in Impact. And they haven't even sniffed, not even a sniff, of the tag titles since they've been here. So yeah, that just shows you how good AEW's tag team division, if you have someone who's been a tag team champion and a very good tag team champion for a year in another company, and you're not even sniffing the tag titles here. Shows you how good they are. Gotta say, LAX are a good tag team. I knew it before this match, obviously. It's really, really good tag team match. Really great match. Back and forth. There's a part there where Proud and Powerful get the upper hand, and they put Private Party in a unique submission hold. Essentially, one guy has a camel clutch on one of the guys. The other guy puts one of the other guys in I'm really bad. I'm not sure who it was. I'm not sure if it was Isaiah Cassidy or Mark Quinn, but has the other one in a gory special and stands back and hooks a Boston Crab on the other member, or Mark Quinn. It must have been Casey O'Reilly, whomever. I'm not really good with names of Private Party. I know Brown Power, Santana, and Ortiz because I've seen them in Impact. I've seen them in Impact for more than a year. AEW's only been around a year. I like Private Party. I really like what Matt Hardy's doing. I like how there was a bunch of whisper in the wind spots in this match. An obvious nod to the Hardys. There's a spot where I believe it's Isaiah Cassidy hits Ortiz with a swanton at the top rope, a love letter to the Hardys. But this match was great. Essentially, the finish breaks down where LAX, Proud and Powerful, goes for their finisher, which if you don't know is a top rope power bomb into a swinging neck breaker off the top rope. They're going for that, and because Proud and Powerful wear bandanas, they pull it down. and they hit their finisher with the gin and juice, was a top rope Frankensteiner into a cutter, and that's how they win. So yes, Proud and Powerful didn't win the match, or sorry, but it put them over. Like they made one bad move, and like you can easily see them winning a tag titles down the line. It's not going to be the end of Proud and Powerful. When they came in, they were the biggest deal, but now AEW has the Butcher and the Blade, okay, and FTR, and the Bucks, and Latex Gods, and Natural Nightmares, and Brandon Cutler and the Librarian, and the Lucha Brothers. Probably missing a few tag teams. There's probably one or two more. Oh yeah, and Omega and Page are actually the tag champions and the best friends. So yes, Proud and Powerful, great tag team. Probably could have dealt with a win, but they're with Jericho, so do you really need to win if you're with Jericho? Jericho's the biggest star in the company. Could they have won? Yeah. Could they not have won? Obviously, whatever I'm going to say is not going to do this match justice or the show. Go check it out whenever you can. It's great. Yeah. Private Party were great. Channeled in Hardy Boys. Original recipe Hardy Boys, and the Broken Hardys that were in TNA. Also, why did TNA let those people go? I don't mean for this to be turning into a TNA rant. Just why did TNA let these people go? And yeah, they went with the gin and juice. It was great. Put them over as huge. Put Proud and Powerful huge. Man, if there's a company that needs a secondary tag title, it's those two. And yeah, they're on to the main event tag title match. This match was not even the best tag match on the show. It was a good tag match. It looked good on Raw or SmackDown, but it was probably not even the top tag match on the show. It was a great tag match. Don't get me wrong. It was great. It was best friends. And Kenny, Hangman and Omega. I'm not sure if they have a name or something. Come Omega Page or Omega Man. No, I'll think of another tag team later. Before the match, actually, let's go back a bit. Before the last match, the semi-main. Before the last match, Proud and Powerful against Private Party. Too many P's in that situation. I'm for the rest of this time, it's called Proud and Powerful LAX. They're LAX. Santana and Ortiz. Orange Cassidy comes out to do commentary where Jericho is, and just puts his feet up and doesn't say a thing. Not a thing. Jericho hates it. Jericho can't stand it. And before the next match, Jericho gets on his face, and you want a piece of this orange? You want a piece? And Orange just walks away. Not saying anything. Orange Cassidy, the smartest man in the company. Doesn't have to take bumps and is over as fuck. Hey, Hogan did it for years. Did this and dropping legs. That was it. Orange Cassidy, smartest man in AEW. Before the main event, we get an update. Taz comes out and Brian Cage essentially calls Jon Moxley a pussy because his fiancee Renee Young had COVID-19. He doesn't want to wrestle next week, which I totally understand. I wouldn't want to travel to Jacksonville. I wouldn't want to get into the ring with Brian Cage. Brian Cage is going to get a necklace with Brian Cage. Well, Brian Cage has it. Now the ref could have it. Now Taz could have it. Now you have all these people who could have COVID-19 because you decided to come to work. I'm not trying to get political. I don't. It's just, and I understand how AEW would like, you know what, John, you're right and all. You're our champion. We can move that match back. That match is now moved to Fight for the Fallen. I think Moxley wins, but it's moved for Fight for the Fallen. I think it's going to be a great match at Fight for the Fallen. Before the Best Friends and Omega and Page. Omega Page? Kenny Man. Hang Omega. Nah, I'm trying to think of a tag name for him. I don't think they have one. I think it's Omega and Page. The Best Friends are actually driven to the ring by Trent's mom in the minivan. I howled. This was great. Trent, being a 33-year-old man, getting driven to the ring by his mom. I mean, the Best Friends have been nothing more than a joke for a while. I thought it was great. I mean, I get driven to work by my mom, but like, I have. It's easier for me to walk, about a half-hour walk from where I lived. My mom's actually in Newfoundland right now. I'm living in Halifax. I haven't seen my mom 6 months since January, so 6 months, January 9th. And I would live about a half-hour walk away, so they drive me to work in the morning. They have occasionally when I was a janitor. Before I moved to Halifax, I was a janitor for about a year, but that's enough about me. And that was really cute. And then she screamed out to Trent to kiss her, and I thought it was great. I mean, we've all been there with your mom dropping him off to school and said, "Honey, give us a kiss," and you feel embarrassed, but Trent was like, "Yeah, whatever." My mom. This match was better than I had any right to be. Obviously, you know who was going to win. Obviously, Omega and Hangman Page won. That wasn't the story of the match, though. Before the match, actually, during the match, FTR come out. They have two lawn chairs and a cooler of beers. And I thought this was great. I'm like, yep, this is how you spend your Canada Day here. So, since it's Canada Day here, this is how you spend your Canada Day. Anywhere. Like, a couple beers, watching wrestling. I can see them at the beach. That kind of thing. And the match was good. Like I said, not the best tag match I've seen, but this would be the best tag match. This would be the best match on most shows. Pay-per-view quality. Good match. Omega and Page win. Actually, Page gets the win by the Red Eye. If you don't know, it's a reverse tombstone. It was a good match. Best Friends showed me a lot. Once again, I know I said this before in this review, but AEW needs secondary tag titles, and they need one by the end of the summer. I don't know what you call it. You might call it the TNT tag titles, if you want. I know they are planning on getting a 6-man tag titles. You call it the U.S. tag titles. I don't care what you call it. Just call it something. Give them a secondary tag titles. That tag title is deep. And it's not even shown. I think Brian Pillman is signed with the company, but I'm not 100% sure. And he's money. You already have like Janela and Sonny Kiss teaming as well. Regularly, you have the Dark Order. You have the brothers, the Lucha Brothers. You have the Best Friends. You have Young Bucks. You have Butcher and the Blade. You have Proud and Powerful. One say LAX again, but you have that. And during the match, it was great. They shown like Trent's mom in the crowd. It was really, really great match. But the story is at the end. At the end, after Omega and Page win, they need a tag name. But we're semantics on this. Cowboy, Kenny and the Cowboys. Kenny and the Cowboy. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of a tag name. Cowboy shit. You want to leave a comment what Hangman and Omega's tag names are down below if you want. I'd appreciate it. After the match, the Revival come out and they offer, "This was a great match. You guys did well. You guys won. Here, have some beer." Of course, Hangman Page's gimmick that he drinks a lot. He's a hard drinking man, and Omega doesn't drink. Omega never drinks. Just doesn't drink. From what I understand, I think Omega's completely straight edged. It's not a gimmick like CM Punk was. He doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. And of course, Hayes like, "Have whatever, I'll take it." And then Omega's like looking at it and pours it out. And pours it out in front of FTR. And then, I completely understand why FTR would be pissed about that. Because if I went to a bar and I bought someone a drink and they poured it out in front of me, I want to fight that person. I'm not gonna lie. I want to kick the guy's ass, and that was it. The Young Bucks come out and go, "These guys don't drink. Omega doesn't drink. He just doesn't drink." I'm not sure if the Revival knew that beforehand or that's why they did it, because we don't drink. Hangman took it, and whatever, man. It's 3 beers, whatever, I'll take it. And that was it. That was the match. Great match, great blistering match. Totally check out AEW Dynamite Firefest Night 1. This was great. Everything on the show was great. Chris Jericho was great on commentary. Orange Cassidy is great. I think he'd be the American dream of his time. Not solid charisma, but just he does so much with nothing. essentially. Match was great. Watch it. Watch it right now. Watch the show. It was great. Everything was great. Tag match was great. The ending, simple storytelling, with like Omega not taking the beer, not drinking it and pouring it right out in front of the Revival or FTR. Great, great match. And Omega's and Hangman Page. I mean, like, we have much a problem with why do you pour someone's beer out, and that as far as like Omega and Hangman Page being able to work with each other and being really successful, but them not really liking each other, and that's pretty easily related to. I have people that I work with, or I have worked with in my professional life, that I could work with best kind, but hated their guts, couldn't stand them. Probably my best work with them, but just didn't like the person. We've all been there. Great match. If you want, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe on my video. I'm trying to build the channel as best I can, doing wrestling reviews. And my Twitter, my Instagram's down there as well. I think I put my Facebook down there. And let's give the video a watch, share it with a few friends if you like wrestling, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a great day, man. Bye.